Welcome everyone. We have some special stuff for you today. Can't tell you what it is, but somebody might. This guy, you might know him. He is pretty heavy. I think he's about 600 pounds. So he says. I don't know Imperial. But he has a special thing for you today. And that special thing is about to reveal itself right now.
What's going on, everybody? Matthew Moniz here. Thank you, Ash, for that really lovely intro. I'm not 600 pounds. I'm about 550. So let's get that straight. I hope everybody is having a good Friday, because I know I am, because I get to spend the next hour with you lovely people talking laptops like we have been for the last couple of weeks. But this week, we have a long requested. I could actually show you a whole list of people on my YouTube comments saying, Matt, when are you going to review the HP Omen 15?
We made it
happen. And we have it. We made it happen. Okay? And here it is. The 2018 8th Gen HP Omen 15 with the GTX 1060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, ready to game on, ready to go. So we're going to do this by unboxing the product first. And I got to get my trusty knife for that, because
it still has the tape on it.
Still has the tape on it.
This is new.
This is brand new. I'm not one of those people that open the box first, check it out, and then put it back in.
Well, this is pretty special.
It's very special. Just like you, Ash. Very special.
We need to get you a championship belt.
I do need a championship belt, because that would make the stream a lot more. Woo! Okay, clearly I suck at unboxing. It's like I do this for a living or something.
Terrible.
Okay, let's put it back in the box like this.
Holy moly. Can we just start the stream again?
All right, let's calm down here for a second. All right, we got a little cover. This is just plastic to keep things nice and secure. We have the HP Omen Mousepad. Well, not really a mouse pad, but basically a quick start guide.
It's a dinner table mat.
Great idea.
Yeah.
You know what? You can have one.
Thanks.
No problem. All right. Ash now has a new dinner table mat. I got a dinner table mat, looking crisp. We got plastics. Questions about this product. They're here for me to answer those questions, not for you, HP. And of course, the beautiful laptop itself.
So how much did this one cost?
This one costs 2,000 Canadian, or I believe $16.99. No, $14.99 US. But I could be wrong. I gotta get the exact price.
So many people are waiting
to see this beauty. All right, the box is done. There's nothing else in here of importance. So let's get this off the table. Quick look at the power brick.
Savage, dude. Savage.
Gotta be savage these days. Got your connector. Ooh. I do like this plug better. Compared to the other plugs from Acer Predator Helios, this is a more sleek brick. This actually reminds me of the plug, except bigger, from the Dell XPS 15. So I think it's about 135 watts. Let's see. 200 watts, even bigger. So I do like the plug. And then last but not least, the laptop itself. This is it. All in its beauty.
Wait. 1 second. How does it smell?
Okay. Sweet baby Jesus. That smells like a whale making love to a cheetah. That's how good it smells.
That was for you, Zen. Zen Wildman.
Anything for Zen. Zenyatta from Overwatch, if you didn't get the reference. But anyways, I like the look of this. But first, I gotta take off the plastic. So everyone, please stop typing for the next 5 minutes, because we need a moment of silence for the plastic. Ooh, awful. You know what this sounds like? Oh God, that's terrible. It sounds like you're opening up a bag of Doritos after a long night of playing Minesweeper. That did not sound good. I miss like the smartphone plastic tear off. That just sounds a little bit nicer. It's like that nice sleek peel. Anyways, here it is. Black and red, just like another gaming laptop I reviewed recently. I do like the way this one looks a bit better. It's a little more sleek too. The form factor is also smaller, which is kind of nice. It has this nice carbon texture on the top with this brushed feel to it on the bottom and upper portions. All plastic, but that's fine. Most of these gaming laptops are plastic, except for the Predator Helios. Its cover is made out of all metal. And of course, you have that Omen logo. A little bit of flex here to see how the flex is doing. Typical. I do like this design. It's much better than last year's. Last year's was very generic. Let's take a look at the bottom. Okay, so to get inside of this laptop, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws to get in. So not as easy as the Dell G7, which you have 1 screw right here, but this one's going to take a little bit more work.
People are loving the look.
I like the look too. I mean,
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a gaming laptop, but it's not as like typical as some of the other gaming laptops on the market. I kind of dig it.
So, how's the build quality?
So build quality, let's open it up first. I like the form factor. It's nice and small. Okay, so build quality, it's all plastic. The hinge feels nice and smooth. It's not as stiff as the G7, but it's stiff enough. So like, you're not gonna be having this on the table, for example, typing, and you're not gonna have any screen wobble while you're typing away, which is kind of nice. You do have a gap over here, so it kind of makes the screen lift up a little bit, giving you more eye level, which is kind of nice. But I don't know, based on my first appearances, the build quality seems fine. I mean, this is not premium or anything, but the build quality is pretty good for plastic. It
does look like one of the more compact ones.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like, this is more in line with the Lenovo Legion Y530 in terms of size. Maybe slightly bigger, but not as big as, let's say, the Predator Helios 300. So I do like that. Fans, I love this grill. I mean, Lenovo's doing it too. This allows for better heat to basically move away from the CPU and GPU, so you're gonna get better thermal management, hopefully. We'll find out soon.
What's the screen size of the unit that you're talking
This is the
about?
15-inch model. And like I said in the beginning of this video, this is the GTX 1060 version with 16 gigabytes of RAM using the i7 8750H. So your typical i7 that's in most of these mid-range gaming laptops.
Can you just go through the specs again? People
Okay,
are asking.
specs one more time. We have the i7 8750H, 16 gigabytes of RAM. We have a 256 gigabyte SSD, I believe.
Cheat sheet.
Cheat sheet. Yeah, we have a, sorry, this one has a 120 gigabyte SSD plus a 1 terabyte hard drive. Windows 10, obviously, and of course your GeForce GTX 1060. And the speakers inside of here are optimized by Bang & Olufsen. Not made by Bang & Olufsen, but equalized by them. So you guys ready to open this up? Actually, let me just check the thermals on the back. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, cool. Another thing I noticed. So again, very similar to the Lenovo Y530. The ports, we have a USB 3.0 on the left-hand side, 2 audio inputs for your mic, and of course your headphone jack. Some of the other ones are just offering 1. Full-size SD card slot. So the G7 offers this, the Helios 300 offers this, but the Lenovo Y530 does not. So I'm glad to see it on here. On the other side, we have another USB 3.0 port, which is great, and of course your power connector. Now on the back, very similar to the Y530. I like this because if you're gonna be keeping this on your desk for a long period of time, you're not traveling a lot, this helps with cable management because all the cables are coming from the back instead of having them stick out on the sides. So it just makes things look nice and clean. So of course we have a full-size Ethernet jack, we have another USB 3.0 port, HDMI, mini display port, and a a Thunderbolt 3 port, 4 PCIe lanes. So for whatever reason, down the road, if the GTX 1060 is not up to snuff, you can upgrade it with an external GPU. The only other laptop in this price point that I've talked about recently is the Dell G7, which has a Thunderbolt 3 port. So this kind of has it all, which is kind of nice. All right.
Just for everyone asking, you will give your thoughts at the end and how you think it compares to the other ones.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so basically this is the way it's going to work. We're going to go through everything. We're going to go through the keyboard, the touchpad, the display. I don't think we're going to get to do too much gaming just because it takes time to download the games, but I'll test heat, I'll test sound, and of course I'll test display to give you guys an idea of color accuracy.
So if anyone does want to see gaming, you're going to upload gaming specific videos to your Discord channel.
That's correct.
People who are wanting to see that should go there.
Yes. So I don't know if my admins are in here. If you are in here.
Your what?
My admins.
Oh, your admins.
Sorry. Man, doing this with an English person is always tough because they'll catch you on your grammar. Now, if my admins are in here for my Discord server, please link the Discord server in the chat. I also have it in the description. I'm available there 24 hours a day, okay? I don't sleep for you people. So if you have any questions, hit me up on Discord. That's where you can reach me. That's where I'll always be. We do some fun stuff in there. So Discord, it's at. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, so in terms of the screen opening up, it doesn't go all the way back like the Lenovo Y530, but it does go further back than the G7 and the Helios 300. So if that's important to you, this guy does it. Power button is on the left-hand side. And it looks like it has a similar trackpad to the Y530 with the buttons on the bottom. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather one big trackpad. Okay, first thing I noticed. This laptop has RGB lighting, which the other three that I mentioned do not. I know there's other models coming out for them that will have RGB, but this specific model does have RGB lighting. So if that's important to you.
Tilt it, the laptop, see if you can catch an angle.
I don't know if you guys can see the RGB lighting.
Just maybe.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So you got 3 zones, it looks like. You got purple in the middle, which obviously you can change. You have orange over here, which is another zone. And then you have your light blue. And of course, you have your WASD keys. Okay. Keyboard test while this loads up. I would say it's a nice compromise between the Helios 300 and the Dell G7. So there's a little bit of that rubber feel to it, but at the same time, the keys are nice and springy. I actually kind of like it the best out of, you know what, Ash, do you want to test yourself? See how you feel about the keyboard?
Quick question, is there a soft touch rubber anywhere on this?
No, this is not soft touch rubber. This is plastic. The soft touch rubber you're going to find on the Helios 300 and the Lenovo Y530. G7 and this is plastic.
What are the processor specs?
i7-8750H, so 6 cores, clocked at, I think base clock is 2.2 if I remember correctly. Cheat sheet. Yeah, 2.2 turbos to, should be 2.9 I believe. That's in French. My French is terrible. I believe it's 2.9. Turbos to 2.9. Yeah, so 2.2 base clock. Okay, so we're going to set this up. Touchpad based on first impressions, very similar to the other three. It's nothing special, but fine. I mean, most people buying gaming laptops are going to be using an external mouse anyways. This time, I'm not going to try to reveal my password on camera like I did last time.
I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Cortana, shut up. Okay.
So what did you say? What did you make of the keyboard?
So the keyboard's good. It's like a nice compromise, or like nice in between the rubber texture feel to it and the G7. So if you want like something in the middle, this one kind of feels like a good balance. I actually like it a lot. I think this one's my favorite. Okay. I would say about 1.6 to 1.7 millimeters of travel distance based on my touch.
Metal?
This is all plastic.
Okay.
Canada.
Yeah. Actually, is this metal?
Right?
Yes.
Is there a 1070 version available?
Yes, there's a 1070 version available, which costs more money. There's also a 4K version of this as well, if you want something with a higher resolution. I turned Cortana off. She's too loud. Also, this one has a 1080p display with 144 hertz. IPS, but like I said, if you want the 4K model, that'll cost you an extra few $100 for that. We're going to test out color accuracy because I know a lot of people here, sorry, I just got to put in my password. A lot of people here might want to use this to game and do some content creation. So I know that's important for a lot of people.
Sid Kill says, thank you so much for reviewing this.
You're very welcome, Sid. You're very welcome. This is just an unboxing, first impressions. The full review will be out end of next week after I've spent some time with this. And as Ash was saying before, actually, you guys let me know. Do you guys want me to do a live stream on Twitch gaming with one of these laptops and going through every single game, and then I can take those games and upload it on YouTube unlisted for your reference? Would that be something you guys would be interested in? Beastly, I don't know how the thermals are yet. We just unboxed it. You got to have some patience, okay? Patience.
Where is the webcam placement?
Webcam placement's at the top. I don't know if you can see that. The bezels are pretty good. I mean, the top and side bezels are pretty good. Just the bottom has a thicker bezel. Again, similar to the Y530, much thinner than the G7 and the Helios 300. Now, I'm gonna make a lot of comparisons because I figure context is the best way for you guys to understand what's going on, to give you guys a better perspective of things.
People definitely want to see some gaming.
Okay, so gaming is gonna happen. I will do a Twitch stream. Follow me on Twitch. I should have it in my description. If not, you can find it on my Discord server. If my admins are in there, please link it in the chat. That'd be great. Okay, I gotta Just do this quickly. Sorry, guys. I don't want you guys hacking me and taking away my rupees. Sign with no. Okay.
So to everyone asking how it compares to other laptops, I'm assuming you will do this at a later date.
Yes.
But any initial questions specific to this laptop, let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments or...
In the comments.
Yeah, in the comments. Let us know in the comments. It's probably easier.
Nacho asks, how is the screen bleed?
Honestly, I'd have to turn off the lights to really tell.
I can turn off the lights.
All right, lights are off. Checking screen bleed. You know what? You guys tell me for yourself. I don't know if you could see that. It seems okay. It's hard to tell unless the screen's black. What do you think, Ash?
I'd say it's ever so slightly bottom heavy, but it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks fairly even.
Okay. No. Cortana, I do not want you to assist me, please. I already have a wife for that. All right. Accept. All right, so now we're setting this up. Sorry, guys. We're going to set this up, download some games. What do you guys want to see first? Display testing or thermals?
What is your Discord link?
Discord link is in the description. I already placed it prior to this, but it's discord.gg/Matt Moniz. We just became a partner, so we have a vanity name. Come on the server. We got some great admins that are keeping things great. Torch, Tom Tech, NC Maro. I can't pronounce his username, but they've all been fantastic. They're taking care of things. They're awesome.
There you go. Just pasted it.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're loading up. A couple other things. Full-size numeric keypad. It's funny. I've been working with a lot of business laptops, and some of them don't have numeric keypads, but all the gaming laptops do. Arrow keys are in a good position. They're not being cramped by another one. Again, most likely most people won't be using the arrow keys, but I don't know. So far, so good. This is, as you can see, this is the French-Canadian version, or the English and French version, so you have some French writing on it if you're in Quebec.
Everybody wants to know about thermals.
Thermals? Okay.
So you could
So this is still updating.
get some bench programs.
Or should we open it on stream? Actually, you know what? Maybe we should save that for the full review, because then we're going to end up like taking too long to open it. We'll save that for the full review. I'll open it for the full review. We'll do thermals, display, and if I can download a game on time, we'll do gaming just to give you guys a quick idea.
No, so we're going to do thermals. We're going to do screens calibration.
Yeah, display.
Yep. And
sound, if you guys want sound. I brought everything here. I have everything here ready to go. I'm going to plug it in so we can get the best performance, because if you're gaming on battery, what happens is your CPUs get throttled in order to maintain battery life. So whenever you're gaming or doing something intensive, you're not going to get max performance. Now you can obviously manually overcome this by pushing those settings in your control panel to allow maximum performance while on battery, but you will burn through your battery so fast. So it's always good to keep your laptop plugged in while you're doing any sort of intensive application for long periods of time or gaming in general.
okay, so questions. Can you overclock the CPU?
The H series is not overclockable. I think you need HQ to be overclockable. Is it H series overclockable? No, yeah, I think it's the HQ series overclockable.
How much RAM does this have?
16.
We're going to do display in a minute. Also, there's a plug right underneath you, right here.
Oh, is it really?
That's why we did it.
Oh, sorry.
Can you customize your RGB lighting?
Yes, you can. Actually, let's do that first. Actually, this is loaded up. Hold on.
That's for Ermal.
Yes, you can customize RGB lighting. You can basically change all 3 zones. There is a, if you guys can see that, but there is an Omen command center that basically allows you to customize the RGB to whatever you want. Me personally, I don't want to have a seizure, so I like to keep it one color, but you have that opportunity. George, you savage! Thank you so much for the $2.99. You are the man. I appreciate your support. You didn't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We'll definitely answer them.
Do you know what the difference is between the HP Omen and Omen X?
The Omen X is a desktop, I believe.
Well, that was from Vinu Vikas.
HP Omen X. Let's look it up. I believe that's a desktop. Yeah, the Omen X is a desktop. It's not a laptop. So that'd be the difference. Okay.
So yeah, definitely people want to see thermals because it seems Stakes just mentioned that forums have been saying problems with thermals.
Problem with thermals. Okay, we're gonna heavily test that. It's really hard to do proper thermal testing unless you're gaming on it for a long period of time. Sometimes when you use these thermal programs, they don't do the best job, and I don't have time for this stream to download PC Mark, so I'm gonna use some tools that are quicker to download, and we'll kind of get a general idea. But ideally, I'd like to game on it properly, download PC Mark so I can do proper thermal testing. But we can use Ada64 for this one to get a general idea.
Tom Tech is in the house.
Tom Tech, I hope you enjoyed your vacation. Welcome back, buddy. I hope you're enjoying your new headphones. Tom is rocking the HyperX Cloud Series headphones. He says they're fantastic for the price. I just feel like I just did an ad.
Yeah, you did.
All right, I just pretty much did an ad
Does
for
this
no
come
reason.
with any bloatware?
Yes, every laptop. So actually, I had a great. Thank you for asking that question. Actually, so after
That
our
was from Basil.
Basil, thank you for asking that question. So after, I don't know if you were a part of the Helios 300 live stream, but basically one of the representatives from Acer was watching the live stream, and they emailed me after explaining bloatware. And she said there was about, I think, 39 applications that were installed on the laptop. 30 of those applications, these numbers could be incorrect, but the bulk of those applications that were installed are standard across all Windows laptops, all Windows OEM. 9 of those applications were third-party applications from Acer. So Windows in general likes to install a lot of these third-party apps because it makes them money, it makes them revenue. So yes, there's definitely going to be a lot of third-party applications. Okay, what happened to it? Did I download it? This is what happens when you talk and do stuff at the same time. You
So
forget
people
what
are
you're doing.
saying Cinebench.
Cinebench? You want to do Cinebench? Okay, let's get 64 first because this will test thermals.
Great.
We're going to do Cinebench at the same time. Well, not at the same time.
Nick or NixN or Nick SN asks, where are the links to the donations? So I'm assuming Super Chat? Maybe?
Yeah, Super Chat. There should be a Super Chat window or a little money sign below the chat itself. If you click on it, you can donate. Again, don't feel like you have to. Honestly, you guys being here is a donation to me. I just really appreciate you spending some time with me. Like, besides my mom, I don't talk to many people. That's a joke. Sort of. I think. I hope.
Right. So what is the where's the CPU currently lay?
The CPU currently lays. I don't know if you can see. Right
No,
here.
in terms of temperature.
Oh well. Okay. Well, guys, I'm loading
just
things up.
asking the question.
Okay. These
are
guys, they're like, they're just, you know, they see a live stream like, bah! I need to know the answers right now. You got to load these programs up. You got to download them. We can talk about other things in the meantime. Okay.
Does it have G-Sync?
No G-Sync, but it is 144 hertz.
Fingerprint sensor.
No fingerprint sensor. Okay, launch aimed Ada64. Okay, I'm gonna launch this. Let's grab HW info. So the mouse is nothing special. I don't like this touchpad. It's not the most accurate, but I mean, I haven't really used a great touchpad on a mid-range
Does
gaming
the
laptop.
touchpad also click, or is it just buttons only?
It clicks. There's one, you can, yeah, you have one click for your left mouse.
No. It's,
Left button. Where
does
is
this
it?
come with the GTX 1070?
No, this one I have here is the 1060 version, but there is a model with the 1070 if that's something you want to look at.
Same 15-inch.
Same 15-inch. I think there is a 17-inch version available as well if you want something with a bigger screen. Okay, what is going on here? Ada64, you're up. Now I need HW info so you can see some temps.
Does it have an SD card reader?
Yes, SD card reader. This one has every single port. Like out of all the laptops, or the 3 that I reviewed so far, the G7, Helios 300, and Lenovo Y530, this one has the best I/O. It has the SD card slot and the Thunderbolt 3. The others only either have an SD card slot or they only have Thunderbolt 3.
Ibrahim asks, he's here a bit late, but what is the GPU in this?
1060.
So, Sidkill says that it does say G-Sync on the website. So, are you looking at the right one, or is it a different one?
There is a different model with G-Sync, but this one does not have G-Sync. I'm almost 100% sure that this one does not have G-Sync. But there are, I think the one that comes with the 1070, that one has G-Sync. But I'm also, yeah, this one does not have, oh wait, sorry. This is the one without the 144 hertz display. I apologize. That's a totally different model. This one only has a...
We should strip you.
I should just be banned from doing unboxings.
Yeah,
The
terrible.
worst. I even used the cheat sheet and I lied to you guys. Man. Okay. 60 hertz. This is not the one with the 144 hertz display. I truly apologize for this. Damn, I thought this one with the 144 Hz display. Okay.
So Siddharth asks, is this the one with the latest BIOS updated? Because it has apparently it has different fan profiles.
Okay, let's check. Well, if it doesn't have the latest BIOS update, I'm gonna usually, like, if this has already been in the store for a while, I'll probably have to download the BIOS update. So give me a second here. Let's see if there's any updates for this. Do you want me to let's do the heat test first, so we can get that out of the way. I have everything loaded up, so we can do this quite quickly, and then we can go in and check for updates.
So on idle, does it have fan noise?
Yes, there is fan noise. It's probably about, I'd say, 40 decibels right now. Actually, I have the decibel monitor right here. God, I am prepared today. All right, here's the decibel meter.
So that was for Aravind.
Okay, shh. .47 decibels right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, about 47 to 48 decibels. And the fans are doing nothing right now. I basically have 3 programs loaded up. Nothing's running. But you get the idea. Okay, I'm going to run the test. But first, let's look at the fans. So, memory utilization, network booster, lighting, performance control. Here, it's probably right here. All right, we want this on performance.
Sino says it's 2 a.m. in India.
Yep.
He says nothing better than watching you on stream right now.
Hold on. This is crazy. This is crazy. I am not doing anything right now, and the CPU temperatures are at 73 degrees Celsius. That's ridiculous. They should not be that high right now. They should be sitting around 50 at the most, at the absolute most. Like, nothing is happening right now. Okay. I don't feel too confident already. Let's put the 864 on and see what happens here. Okay, you ready? Are you in your seatbelts? Shit, this crashed. Hold on a second. Oh, never mind. We're good. Okay, here we go. Okay, the fans have not kicked on at full blast yet. Okay, now they're going. They're ramping up. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Yep, that's pretty loud.
Okay, we got thermal throttling. Thermal throttle right off the bat. Here, I'll put this on for you. Let's see what the clock speeds are. 3,000. So it is boosting right now. It's boosting to 3,000, which is good. Temperatures on the CPU are around 73 degrees, which is good. So far, so good. So far, it's not overheating. So far, the thermals look good, and it's continuously boosting to 3,000. Reminder, this base clock of this model is 2.2. So that's good. But again, this is a very light test. I need to actually game on it and do a proper test afterwards to really understand whether or not this thing's going to overheat. But so far, so good. And as you can see here, current CPU temperature is 80 degrees.
Jared Bush is in
Jared!
there.
What's going on, my brother? Another Canadian in the house. Thank you for joining.
So I think it might be worth looking at that BIOS.
Okay, let's check to see if there's a BIOS update. But so far, based on, I mean, it's only been a minute. Like, I'd have to give this some time, but...
Can you check to see if there's any Windows updates happening? Apparently, people
are
saying...
Windows updates. Oops. Why is this not showing the Windows Update Center? There we go. All right, Windows updates. Let's check BIOS. I'm going to stop the test. Actually, I'll let the test go for a little bit longer. So there are some updates. They're downloading. Let's check System Vitals. We're good. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I forgot to put the GPU on for the stability test. Let's redo this. Ash is shaking his head at me right now. Okay, let's stress the GPU as well. Yes. All right, GPU started. Now let's see what happens.
Dimitri's in the house too.
Dimitri, what's going on? How is everything going with you, sir? What's up, buddy?
So Marvin asks, what's the panel of the monitor?
So the panel
color
is an
accuracy.
IPS 1920 by 1080p. It is 60 hertz. There is no G-Sync. There is a 144 hertz model available. There's also a 4K version available. And if you don't want the GTX 1060, they have a 1070.
And we will be doing color accuracy.
Yes, we will do a color accuracy test once. Okay, the fans have completely ramped up right now. So let's do another sound test. Okay, so we're up to 50 decibels. The fans, I don't think are at its loudest, but they are pretty loud. CPU temps are starting to hover around 82%. GPU utilization, CPU utilization is at 100%, and memory is almost at 100%. So it's getting hit pretty hard right now, but I'd still like to do a proper gaming test and use other benchmarks to determine heat. But so far, it looks okay. CPU speeds, it's still boosting to about 2.9 gigahertz, so it is above its base clock, so that's good. And temperatures are still staying below 90. Now, I'm really curious to see how this performs after 30 minutes. Actually, we're starting to hit 90 degrees Celsius right now.
So Ro just said he got this laptop today. He turned the turbo boost off with throttle stop, and at idle, he now gets 45.
45 degrees Celsius? That's really good. Yeah, I think after I do the firmware update and I properly update this machine, we're going to see better thermals. Because I also heard that the fans take a while to kick in when you're gaming for a certain amount of time. So if that's the case, then yeah, I got to update this computer. Okay, let's stop this for now. Let's do a display test to see what the color accuracy is like for this computer. See, as you can see here, CPU usage. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little... CPU usage at 100%. There was a little bit of thermal throttling when it first boosted. Ooh, it's getting loud. Now the fans are on max. So yeah, there was some throttling when it first started, but overall the CPU utilization is at 100% with temperatures hitting around 90 degrees Celsius. I'm going to stop this before this blows up.
Can you have a look at HP CoolSense? Everyone's shouting.
HP CoolSense? Okay. HP CoolSense, where are you? I'll have to download it because it's not installed on this computer.
So you have to download it to turn it off.
What?
Because people are saying turn off HP CoolSense.
Okay, maybe it's over here. Performance control. You probably have to download it because it's not in the system right here. There's network booster, lighting, performance control. Since I'm in lighting, 3 zones of RGB. You can turn it off if you want.
So
or you can leave it on
Ruben
static mode.
says he was getting 98 Celsius before the BIOS update. Now it's 95 after the BIOS update in a game.
Whoa. So, I mean, it's helping, but it's not, like, significant. I mean, 95 is too hot. Like, I like to stay below 90 when I'm gaming for long periods of time.
Sure you do?
I do. It's a true story. If you don't believe me.
How is the touchpad?
It's okay. It's nothing special. Like, very similar to the Lenovo Y530. It's not as good as the G7 or the Helios 300. All right, let's download let's download the calibration software, and let's do a calibration test to test out the display.
Jared says you have a booger in your nose.
Thank you, Jared. I'm saving it for you. The next time you come to Toronto, I'm going to give it to you as a gift. Your welcoming gift. Where is it? Data color.
So a lot of people are asking about how this compares to the other ones, like the Y530 and the Helios. So you could just remind them.
Sure. Okay, so the Y530 doesn't have a version with the GTX 1060 yet. It is coming out very soon. I'm guessing like 2 to 3 weeks from now. So this direct comparison is very comparable to the G7 and the Helios 300. In terms of hardware, it's pretty much in line with the Helios 300. Now, based on my initial impressions, I haven't tested the thermals long enough to say whether or not it's worse or better than the Helios 300. But from just based on what you get in the package, what you get in the box, it offers slightly more in the sense that you get a smaller form factor. You also get Thunderbolt 3, which you don't get in the Helios 300, and I think actually a nicer design. So based on everything being okay, and assuming you can get it for the same price point as the Predator Helios 300, I'd probably take this one. But again, I need to do further testing before making that decision. Okay.
So people, if there's specific things that you want for us to do, or for Matt to do, just let us know.
I also dance. If you want me to dance.
Just bear in mind that this is straight out of the box.
Straight out of the box. Straight out of Compton.
You're terrible.
That was a terrible 90s joke. All right.
So Anthony asks,
I feel like an old man right now. Yeah.
What gaming laptops have the best battery life?
Oh, man. Gaming laptops in general just have terrible battery life.
He
I mean,
mentions the Era 15 and the Dell 7567.
that's last year's Inspiron. Honestly, even the Aero 15, I mean, like, if you're talking about strictly gaming on a laptop for good battery life, you're just not going to get great battery life on any of them. If you're talking about more of bringing it to school, doing work, then coming or going to somewhere afterwards and gaming, you're probably better reducing the amount of, like, not getting a high-end GPU like a GTX 1060. Maybe looking something with a GTX 1050 or even something like the Dell XPS 2-in-1, which has a AMD Vega chip combined with Intel's, which will get you around a 1050 to 1050 Ti in speed, but also give you good battery life. So Dell XPS 2-in-1, HP Spectre X360 both have that Intel AMD CPU GPU. Okay, hold on, let me download this.
Just can't multitask, can you?
I can't multitask. I've been looking at the same screen for the entire time.
Can you upgrade the touchpad to a Windows Precision driver? Asks Vinu Vikas.
No, this one's using Synaptics, I believe.
Does it weigh more than the Helios 300? Asks Ultra Killer XO.
No, it is lighter than the Helios 300.
It's lighter.
It's lighter. By cheat sheet. This one doesn't have the.
I mean, you're telling me you can't tell it just by looking at it?
That's what. Yeah, I know. I can tell by like the size. This is serious business, Ash. We don't joke around here. No, I'm joking. It's probably like, based on the Matt Moniz hand test, I'd say it's like 5.7 pounds. Okay, that's what, 2.2, 2.3 kilograms?
Thank you.
No problem.
So we need to do speakers.
Yes.
We need to do screen.
Which I'm taking 10 years to do.
And we need to do webcam.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're going to do all the gaming stuff. Separately for your Discord channel.
Yes. If you're on Discord, I'll be doing that there, not here, because it'll take too long to download everything.
So people who want to see gaming stuff, let him know what games you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So he can spend his life just playing these games for you.
Yeah, I will do nothing but play games. I will not see my family. I will just play games all day. Okay, I figured out where it is after 10 hours. Spider 5, here we go. Spider 5 Pro. Okay, finally we got some downloads. Maybe I should start up Fortnite or something. Maybe we can squeeze one in or something while this is happening. What's a faster game to download? Probably Overwatch. Can you guys let me know in the comments? Do you want to see Fortnite or Overwatch? Ash is shaking his head. He doesn't like any of those games. Like, play something that's personal. Play something that takes you through a forest. That's how he sounds.
No, I just mean if people suggest games, you could download them and then you're going to make the videos on
the
Discord channel.
Yes. I'm going to make it for the Discord channel. Maybe I'll live stream it on Twitch if that's something you want, but it will be on the Discord channel where I post it, and I will put an unlisted link on my YouTube channel for it.
So Fortnite, PUBG.
PUBG. That's going to take too long to download.
Not now, for your disc. For the
Yeah. All the popular ones. PUBG, Fortnite, Overwatch.
Blacklight Retribution, Overwatch. Minecraft. Rainbow Six Siege.
Serious business.
Battlefield 3.
How about Battlefield 1? Okay, here we go. Let's install this. English.
This is not G-Sync enabled.
No, it's not.
GTA 5. Battlefield 1. What's the res on the webcam? Asks Aravind.
Potato. It's potato res. It's going to be a 720p. It's going to look like crap. But we'll do a test just for you, buddy. But it's going to be potato quality. I guarantee it.
Crysis. Guild Wars.
Guild Wars. Wow, that's an oldie. Warcraft. World of Warcraft. That's old. Any computer can run that fine now. I can't believe that game's still going. I used to love that game. I used to play a druid. For those of you who are familiar with World of Warcraft. One Ash. All right, come on, load up. Let's go. We got people waiting for you, computer. We got to do this test.
You can do a speaker test in the meantime.
Okay, it's loaded up anyways. Live test. Here we go. All right. Going to close all these tabs. We're loading it up.
Rocket League, Games
Rocket
coming in
League.
thick and fast.
So all these games I'm gonna suck at except for like one, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Loading it up. Next. I don't know if you guys can see this. Maybe I'll make it so you guys can see this. No, I can't do it like that.
It's okay. I'm sure they'll see the results once it's done.
You guys just got my license for my thing. It doesn't matter. You need this one anyways. You can't steal it from me, people. All right, lighting conditions. We're good. We're good. We're good. Next. This is what, so for those of you unfamiliar, I get a lot of questions actually in the comments of how do you calibrate your monitor? So basically you can't just calibrate your monitor. You have to buy a special tool. So for example, this one is the Spider 5. There's better tools by Coleman. They make some great stuff.
Very expensive though.
Very expensive, yeah. There's X-Rite. There's tons of different companies. So you grab one of those, you use it for life because you can pretty much calibrate any single monitor or laptop monitor, which is really handy.
Mikey asked a good question. He says, is it worth it to have the 144 Hz screen with a GTX 1060? He knows it's a decent GPU, but he doesn't think it'll be able to break 144 frames per second.
So if it does, I'm not sure if did he say if it has G-Sync?
No, he said, is it worth it to have a 144 Hz screen with a GTX 1060?
So if that 144 Hz screen has G-Sync, then yes, it's worth it. Because the beauty about G-Sync compared to FreeSync and Variable Sync is it does adaptive frame rates. So even if it does go below 144 Hz, you're still going to get a smoother experience than you would, let's say, with, I don't know, no G-Sync and on a 144 Hz monitor, or 144 Hz monitor with FreeSync. So yeah, if it is G-Sync and 144 Hz, it's definitely still worth it. If it's not, it'll still look smoother, but it's not going to be as nice as having a monitor that's capable of running 144 frames per second. But G-Sync is the key. G-Sync is the key.
George really wants to know how much this computer costs.
George is a savage. I just like saying that because his last name is Savage. That's why.
Well, he's messaged a few times asking how much it costs.
This one is, I think, $13.99 US and about $2,000 Canadian with tax, or $17.99 Canadian.
So why isn't there 100 Hz? Oh, sorry. 1000 Hz laptop.
Because just
2 tax.
Why do I not have 1 million subscribers? It's the same reason. It's just hasn't been invented yet or happened yet. It's the best way I can answer it.
So Ultra Killer wants to know which one has the better screen, which we're finding out.
Yeah, we're gonna find that right now. My feeling, based on this panel, 60 Hertz IPS, I have a feeling the Helios 300 is still gonna be the king of screens at this price point, but let's just wait and find out. Based on what I'm looking at, I don't think it's...
Can you remind people what the scores were for
Sure.
sRGB coverage?
So sRGB for the Dell G7 and the Lenovo Y530 are around 65%. And the Helios 300 has an sRGB rating at 98%. So that's really great. So if you're a content creator, you'll appreciate it. Now, the question I want to ask you guys is, because I know not everyone knows what sRGB is, do you guys want me to explain to you what it is so you get a better idea? Because I know you guys see all these videos on these laptops and you see these percentages and you're like, what are they? So maybe if you guys are not familiar with it, I can explain it to you or Ash can explain it to you. Just this way, when you see them going forward, you'll have a better idea.
Is the panel overclockable?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I know the one in the Dell G7 is up to 100 Hertz. If you have the AUO version, there's 2 panels going around, the LG and AUO. AUO is overclockable. I'd have to take this off and look to see if it is.
So Ricardo wants to know if the RGB is customizable. You mentioned it earlier. What was the...
sRGB is not customizable.
The keyboard.
Oh, sorry. RGB. I think it said sRGB. Yeah, so 3 zones. Each zone can be changed to whatever color you want. I don't know how many colors. I didn't get a chance to go into it too much, but you can change each zone to whatever color you want, or all the zones to be the same color, whatever you prefer.
So some people want you to explain it, some people don't. So I think you should explain it.
Okay, so basically, if you use the internet, which you do, I don't know exactly how many colors the sRGB spectrum covers, but basically everything you see on the internet uses sRGB. So if it's not 100% sRGB, let's say you're looking at a blue, for example, and your monitor doesn't cover part of that spectrum because it's not 100%, you might see a slightly different shade of blue. So it might not look as accurate. So usually when you're doing design work for the internet, or like when you're editing video, you always want to have at least 100% sRGB rating for your monitor. This way, the colors that you see will be exactly how they're supposed to be seen when they're on the internet. I think that's good.
Yeah.
You want to add to it? You good? Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to know, essentially you have your big pool of color, and that color, there's different spaces within it. So sRGB is one of them. There's another one, it's Adobe RGB, which is mainly used for photos and stuff, which is a bigger color space. It handles more colors. And then you have other color spaces. Ones to look out for, especially with HDR these days, is BT2020, which is kind of what Apple are kind of targeting now with their P3 color spaces. Essentially, these color spaces are just, they cover a much larger area.
Yeah.
And the reason you want it to be accurate is essentially so when you make a piece of content, other people see what you've intended for them to see.
Exactly. Yeah, like the other ones that Ash were talking about are very specific. So like ones used for photos or print. So you want usually more, you have a bigger color spectrum, or TV or whatever. It just depends what you're working in. But most people, 99% of the time, sRGB is where it's at.
Yeah, sRGB is very similar to what you see on TV, which is called Rec 709. They kind of share a very similar color space. But compared to the color space itself, it's fairly limited compared to what BT 2020 can offer.
And please don't get that mixed up with BTTV.
What's BT TV?
BTTV in the States.
Sure, why not?
That was a terrible joke. Awful. I should be banned from this live stream. Okay, finished. We're done. Let's see.
Yeah, let's people. So there was a question: how big is the battery brick?
It's here. I'll show it to you. I already showed this. I can't. Ugh. Okay, hold on. I'll take it off 1 second. Okay, you know what? Let me just show this first. Patience, people. All right. So I saved it. Let's go to the next. So just I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but like this is with the monitor calibrated.
You might want to take it closer.
Closer? Okay, hold on. Okay.
This is the worst example you could.
I know this is a terrible example, but I'll give you an idea. So right now the monitor is uncalibrated, and then I'm going to switch it, and now you can see it's calibrated. Uncalibrated. Oh, sorry, this is uncalibrated. It's a little bit on the cooler side. Then once I click calibrated, it's a little bit warmer. So that's what it looks like, okay? Next, we want to see exactly what the spectrum is. So, okay, so we have 69% sRGB. So that is slightly better than the Lenovo Y530 and the Dell G7, but it's nowhere near the panel on the Helios 300. That panel is still the king for gaming and content creation at this price point for a mid-range gaming laptop. Adobe RGB, on the other hand, is 52. So again, 2% better than the other two laptops I mentioned, but not as good as the Helios 300.
Okay, so how does this compare to just the rest of them, just for people to know once and for all?
So this would sit in second place. Out of all those laptops I mentioned, 300 has the best screen, followed by the HP Omen 15 with the 60 Hz panel, followed by, I believe, the Lenovo Y530, then the Dell G7. And I mean, the differences between the last two are very small. They're pretty much the exact same color accuracy in terms of spectrum. Now we got to test out.
So this is IPS panel, just so some
every single laptop I mentioned in this video has an IPS panel. None of these panels are TN, okay? So now we're going to do the brightness test to determine how many, you know what, to be honest, I don't even think I need to do that. I can tell already. This is like 250 nits of brightness. Do you guys still want me to do the brightness test?
Well, I just want to see if you're right now.
Okay. Well, it's going to be around 250 nits.
No, you said 250.
It's going to be around. Damn it. Damn it. All right. We should do a bet.
So Nilay asks, is this panel better than the 4K variant in terms of color accuracy?
No, the 4K panel will have better color accuracy. I haven't seen it yet, but I know every 4K panel offered on these gaming laptops will have better color accuracy, most likely a lot closer to 100%.
Can you show the power brick?
Yes, the power brick.
For that person, whoever asked, sorry.
Yes.
Can't remember your name.
This is the power brick. It is 200 watts. It's actually a lot nicer, much nicer than all the other laptops I've mentioned in this video. It has that Dell XPS 15 power brick look, which is kind of nice. The other ones are like those chunky rectangular bricks. Wow, I just did this. This is very perverted. The other ones have that rectangular size, which is bulky and
they just seem to have generic power supply.
Yeah, they seem to have generic. This has a little bit of class to it, you know?
Cool. Jira HD wants to know precisely how much it weighs and how slim it is.
Okay, well, slim, you're gonna have to look up the specs. Just go on the internet, hp.com, and it'll tell you exactly how slim and how much it weighs. Like, my guess is about 5.7 pounds, 5.8 pounds in terms of thinness.
I'd say it's like 2 MacBook Pros.
Yeah, like it's probably it's like the same size as, thinner than probably the Dell G7. I'd say it's the same size as the Lenovo Y530. Okay, brightness and contrast, let's do that. Begin tests. Start.
Do you know the battery capacity?
No, but my guess is anywhere from 48 watt hours to 52. Because that seems to be the general area with all these laptops, 48 to 52.
So a couple of questions I've been seeing throughout the stream. People want to know when the 2018 Helios 300 with that 1 terabyte and 256 gig SSD will come out. Do you know?
My guess is in the next couple of months. But to be honest with you, like, don't buy the one with the 1 terabyte SSD. Get the one with the 256 gigabyte SSD and add your own hard drive to it because it'll be cheaper, and you can put in a bigger SSD in that 2.5-inch drive bay. It gives you more flexibility instead of just relying on the 5400 RPM hard drive that they're going to stick in there. It's not going to be as good for performance.
Moni just gave the precise dimensions for anyone who wants
Thank you, buddy.
See that?
So you're looking at 14 inches wide, 10 inches deep. Jesus. And 1 inch thick.
What's that in centimeters?
That's what she said. In centimeters, that would be 14 inches would be like 40 something centimeters, 30 something centimeters, I think. It doesn't matter.
Question.
Don't be that guy.
What is better for gaming, 4K at 60 or Full HD at 144?
Okay, so I would still, unless you're doing content creation, you're obviously gonna want the 4K display. But for gaming, this is a 1060 inside of here. So all the games you're gonna play, you're not gonna be playing them at 4K anyways. The most it's gonna be able to handle is high settings at 1080p. So having that 4K panel for gaming is irrelevant.
Nesta says the battery is 70 watt hours.
It is?
Yeah.
70 watt hours?
That's what he says.
In this model, are you sure? Because that's huge. That's huge for a laptop this compared to the other ones. That's much bigger than the other ones. I can imagine this is going to get much better battery life.
Sanjay's asking, what's the build quality like on top of the machine? So like, I think you tested a flex before, right?
Yeah. Do you guys want me to do a screen flex test and a keyboard test? I'll do that in a second. Just let me finish measuring this. We're almost done. We're going to get the stats in 1 second. All right, here we go. Last measurement.
It better be 250.
You think it's 250? I don't know.
You think it's 250?
I think it's 250. I could be wrong, but I think it's 250. What do you guys think? 250? Unless you guys are cheating and looking it up online. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. How many nits of brightness? 216. Ah, that's terrible. That's worse than the other two. Absolutely wrong. Okay.
I feel like we found many reasons today why you should just quit YouTube.
I think I should. I don't know the specs. I don't know how to read a box. It takes me 8 hours to download a tool. So 216 nits of brightness. Yikes. That's not good. Usually I like 300. I think 300 is like where you want to be in life.
So apparently it is 70. A lot of people saying 70 watt hours.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting. I'm surprised it's 70 watt hours, but that's amazing. That's actually really good. That means you're going to get much better battery life than all the other 3 laptops that I mentioned in this video. So yeah, 216 nits of brightness. This puts it in last place out of all the laptops I just mentioned for brightness.
Andre says, can you do some more live content?
You like it? Thank you, Andre. Appreciate it. Do you want me to do like I can show you guys my bikini wardrobe for another live stream?
You should. You haven't shown.
Is that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
It's a sight, I tell you that.
But honestly, if I'm always up to listening to ideas. Like I don't have to just do laptops and smartphones every week. If there's like something specific, maybe like a gaming live stream, or I don't know, you want me to learn guitar, I can do that.
I think we should put you in a haunted house as ghosts. I think that could be pretty fun.
Just put me in a haunted house.
Andre says, if you had a laptop to choose for gaming, a daily driver, what would it be? Thank you and hi from.
Okay, hold on though. That's very generalized. I need price point. What's my budget?
I guess it's
anything.
All irrelevant.
All irrelevant.
If he hasn't stated it, I wouldn't count it.
The Core i9 MacBook Pro. No, I'm just kidding. Hell no. That thing is terrible from what I hear. What the hell
Who'd you hear that from?
The internet. I use my 100% sRGB to browse the internet to find these results. So yeah, if money was no object, it would probably be. I haven't tested it out, but I've seen what it looks like, and based on some of the reviews, the thermals are pretty good. I'd probably get a Razer Blade 15. Flex test. Or if I was doing just content creation, I'd probably, even though thermal throttle, I'd probably still get a Dell XPS 15. Okay, keyboard solid. There's a little bit of.
I would say it's very minimal.
It's very minimal, yeah, and I'm pushing hard. So keyboard's good. There's a little bit of flex, but not too much. I mean, this is typical. I mean, there is some color shifting, but it's no more than, let's say, the Y530 or any other laptops. So
Gaming live streams are fun, says our Shattered Legacies.
He's from Discord. Thank you. Actually, he was in the Overwatch chat last Sunday. Last Sunday, I did an Overwatch live stream with a couple of the Discord crew.
Thanks for
He was one of them.
me.
By the way, he's from the UK. Just to let you know.
You just replace one UK guy with
I'm going to replace him with you because he has a better UK accent. And he doesn't call me 600 pounds when I walk in.
You told me to call you 600 pounds.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the display test. We did the heat test. Kind of give you a general idea, but don't take it with 100% accuracy. I got to do a further test for that. Now let's try to download a game and game.
I think you should just bring attention to.
Oh wait, it's already 5
all
o'clock.
the
Never
cool
mind.
people
Yeah.
in the chat, having conversations on their own, solving each other's problems, answering each other's questions.
That's awesome. I love to see that, man. That's community. That's what community is about. All you guys helping each other out. That's why we have the Discord server, because we have some of the best people on the internet in there helping each other out. And doing this doesn't get any better than that. Seriously. I mean, like, forget views. This is right here. This chat right here is what this is about. You guys.
Okay, so
all right.
Logistically, we could do a sound test.
Okay. Oh yeah, sound test. We gotta do sound test.
Thermals.
Yeah.
You should check out that BIOS update, so
Okay.
you could prove everyone and just make sure it's all good.
Well, I'm gonna have to.
And then you could do that sometime else. Maybe we could start next week with just an extended thermal test.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all that stuff's gonna be my review regardless. Let's do the sound test right now because it's already 5 o'clock.
And then webcam.
And then webcam. We could do webcam first since we're right here. Camera. All right.
Oh, Jared wants you to dance.
Oh God, Jesus, that's terrible. Not you, Jared. The webcam.
I think you meant Jared.
This is awful. This is terrible. I mean, this is if you want to dress up as a Halloween costume, just bring this webcam out and show people your face through it. You'll scare the shit out of them. Like, no joke. This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just awful. Like, beyond awful. Here, you guys can see Ash. This is what Ash looks like in the background. So for you guys curious of where Ash is. Actually, you guys can't see that.
Nope.
No, that was irrelevant. So anyways, webcam is terrible. Great Halloween costume. Let's do a sound test. We're going to go to SoundCloud so I don't get demonetized.
Solomon asks, Mr. Moniz,
Yeah.
can you help buying laptops today, considering a Asus GL503GE
Yep.
Hero or Scar, which claims 98% sRGB versus Acer Helios 2018? Which would you suggest, the GL503 or Acer screen-wise?
Oh, man. Okay, so the Acer screen also has 98%. So they're pretty even on that front. And I believe the Strix or the Scar has 144 Hz display. I haven't tested it yet. I will be soon, but I haven't tested the GL503. So I can't give you my opinion on that. I don't like giving my opinion on something I haven't tested out yet because I'd just be lying to you. But all I can say is, for value, for bang for your buck, the Predator Helios 300 is at the top right now.
So just to answer Field Dennis's question, is there a film on the webcam? Like, is there a cover? Like, you know, you have
No, there's no cover.
No cover. Field Dennis.
Okay, just do a quick test here. You guys ready?
Alberto missed the results for the display. Can you just remind people?
Okay, one more time for the display results. 69% sRGB, 52% Adobe RGB, brightness of 213 nits, which is not great. This puts the display for brightness in last, but it has a slightly better sRGB rating compared to the Lenovo Y530 and the Dell G7. Helios 300 still on the top. All right, here we go.
People really want you to dance. Like, seriously.
Jared.
No.
Jared
There's
wants
like,
me to dance.
There's 20 other comments about dancing, so you better dance now.
Oh,
Otherwise,
man.
you're gonna let your people down.
This is...
Sesame.
I can't dance. I'm white, man. I can't dance.
Dance. There you go, people. You asked for this.
I smoke too many swishes, rolling to that table.
I gotta put this a little bit louder.
Around with women who be off the floor.
Where's the volume here? Hold on.
If you want it, I can give it, but I don't got to. I make my flows viral, so I be mixing on the smoothest
bad.
shit. I only watch Pixar movies on Lucy, and I stay feeling bougie, trying to kick something groovy. I curse like a pirate and get all of the booty. For real, I be posted down in Panama.
Okay, so it's lacking on the bass. There's no bass. Speakers are on the bottom, coming out of the sides. Here, I'll flip it for you. Speakers are on the sides here, for you guys don't know. Okay, there's no bass. It's very, very minimal. The highs are nice, but it's not that loud. So be honest, all these laptops are pretty similar in sound. The G7, in my opinion, is still the best balance. This probably comes in a close second with the Y530, followed by the Acer Predator Helios 300. So that's sound. What was the last thing we had to do? I think that's pretty much it.
That was it.
That was it. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Acer, for the HP Omen 15. Should we do 5 minutes of lightning round? Just quick questions in and out, fast.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, 5 minutes of questions. Let's do this.
Does it have a subwoofer?
No. Next.
Does the Helios 300 have Thunderbolt 3?
No. Only the G7, and this one has Thunderbolt 3.
How is it compared to the MSI GS63 or GE63?
The G63 I haven't reviewed yet, so it doesn't compare. Next question.
Someone wants the song name. Actually, quite a few people.
It's by DJ Grumble. You can find him on SoundCloud.
That's DJ Grumble.
DJ Grumble.
Just waiting for more questions. More questions. Did he test thermals?
I did, Mr. Moses. I did, Mr. Moses.
So
I
we're
did
going to
test
start
thermals.
next week's stream with an extended thermal test. Because you need to check the BIOS.
I'll probably have my review out by the time anyways.
Well.
But I mean, I can recap it for you guys if that's something you want to do. Also, I got a great two videos coming out this weekend. Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to tell you what because that will ruin the surprise, but one of them you're going to want to watch. So make sure you hit that little bell so you get notified.
Price?
This is, I think, $13.99 or $17.99 here in Canada for the 1060.
The hinges last?
I think so. It seems pretty solid. It's not as stiff as the G7, but it seems okay.
Does the logo light up?
No, it does not light up.
What's Thunderbolt 3?
Thunderbolt 3 is basically PCIe lanes that allow a certain amount of bandwidth. So the more each PCIe lane allows in 10 gigabits per second. So usually when people ask, does it have 4 PCIe lanes? That means it can support up to 40 gigabytes per second, which means it has enough bandwidth to support things like an external GPU. So you can use that graphical card instead of the one that's inside of here. It's Intel technology.
Key travel versus the Helios 300.
I haven't tested key travel yet, or I haven't looked it up, but I think this one's 1.6 to 1.7. So very similar to the Helios 300 and the Y530. Definitely better than the G7.
Is it an all-plastic laptop?
Yes, it's all plastic, except for this is like a carbon fiber, but it's still technically plastic.
ZMAHD says, thanks for the OnePlus 5T. And also, what laptop are you going to use for getting session? I'm not sure what that
Gaming session, probably?
Gaming
okay,
session, yeah.
So ZMAT is one of the admins in our Discord server. I gave him a OnePlus 5T with a green screen. Okay, it's one of them I use for the water test, but that's kind of some of the stuff you can expect in the Discord server. Gaming session, I don't know. What do you guys want? Which laptop do you guys want me to test first? Let me know.
People want you to teach them how to overclock 1060s on like the Helios 300.
Okay, I think that's gonna be that could be a good video. One day we should do
a live stream.
A live stream of overclocking and repasting the CPU in a laptop.
Would this be a solid daily driver if you were a student?
So that's that's a question you have to answer for yourself, because if you're a student, two things come to mind: portability and battery life. This one has a 70 watt hour, so this is probably gonna have the best battery life, but it's also close to 6 pounds. Are you comfortable carrying this around campus all day long? So ask yourself that. All right, so that pretty much wraps up this live stream for today. I hope I answered all of your questions. Stay tuned for the next one every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow me on Discord if you want to see the review to my previous laptops. You can find them in the description along with the Discord server. Again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Give Ash some thanks for manning that microphone. He did it beautifully.
It's all good.
And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.